Hello, everyone. I am so excited to talk to you today about the Butterfly Brilliance card kit in the mail that I have for you this month. So when you order this collection, you are going to get a card kit in the mail from me for free, and it's a little bit different than what I normally do. So make sure you watch the whole video, not only to see the cards, but to hear about how the details are going to be just a little different. So let's start by showing you what's all in this collection. This is a sneak peek to some products that are going to be in the next annual catalog. So this stamp set, Butterfly Brilliance, you look at it and you think, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 6 really pretty butterflies. But then you see down here, it's a set of 1. That means it's 1 image. So this is what the stamp actually looks like. You will need this big clear block, the acrylic block F, to fit that stamp on there to use it, but it's 1 giant stamp. Isn't that cool? So it's 1 image. Obviously, you can use the parts separately, but that 1 image is all connected like that. It comes all together. Okay, so let me scoot that out of the way because I have lots more to show you. So that Butterfly Brilliance stamp, as well as all of these dies, are going to be in the next catalog. So what's cool about this, let's pull the stamp in one more time. Stamp the image. This goes right over top. You run it through your cutting machine and you've got all 6 individual butterflies. So that's what this large die is for. But then for each of the butterflies here, you have a more detailed die, super detailed die. So you can see that one would go here. I could just kind of line them up here so that you get an idea of what we've got going on. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I've got such a mess. What you can't see beyond here is the crazy mess that's happening. So I'm pretty sure there's another butterfly that's supposed to be right there. Then there's these 2 little guys. These are just solid, not detailed images that cut out. And then there's these 3 that are super unique. So let me tell you a little bit more about these 3. This one here actually creates this pattern. So you can see, I think, it's cut through the paper a little bit, but it just gives it some texture and decoration. This one here is like a brick wall. So it literally cuts that out and you can make a fun border. And then this one here cuts out these dots. So in addition to all of these butterfly dies that you have here, you also have these 3 super generic that you can use really with any stamps, images, dies that you might already have. These would make really, really fun backgrounds. So the Butterfly Brilliance stamp with all of those butterflies connected, 1 large image, as well as these dies are going to be in our new catalog that comes out in just a few months. That will be available. This is like sneak peek early access. The rest of this collection that's available to you this month is exclusive to this month. So the stamp, the dies, we'll be able to get these, for months to come. But I want to tell you about the papers that are just for this month. So this paper here, I didn't look to see what the actual name is. It's a wood grain. It's not, I don't know how to describe, it's got a little, I feel like I can feel the lines in it. It's not textured like a raised surface at all, but it's different than our regular designer papers. It is a specialty paper, and you get 2 of these 12 by 12 sheets, okay? And then in the collection, exclusive to this month, are these absolutely gorgeous, stunning 6x6 designer papers. And, okay, so this one here, for example, you've always got a front, different pattern on the back. You get 8 of these. You're going to end up with 48 sheets of 6x6 designer paper in this collection. So the collection is just over $70. It's the stamp. It's all those dies that I just showed. It's 48 sheets of this gorgeous paper and 2 12 by 12s of this specialty paper. Lots of great products. And the specialty paper and designer paper are only available this month with this bundled collection. So let's go through and show you the designer papers. This I think is my favorite. I absolutely love the colors. I love how the butterfly, I love everything about it. So there's this side, and then more of a brighter Bermuda Bay monochromatic pattern. And then we've got this one here with lots of butterflies. I really like the springy colors to this too. And then this fun kind of splash of a background. And then we have another Calypso coral colored monochromatic background and these sweet butterflies there. I love this. I love the progression of color there. And that more random pattern on the back. This one, okay, check this out. I'm going to pull in the dies again. Remember this that cuts out that one stamped image? Check this out. Right over the top, you can cut all those butterflies out together, one crank. How cool is that? So they specifically designed this paper to fit with this die. I love that. On the back of this, that's just a fun splash of a variety of shades. Love that. And then this one is sweet with these tiny little butterflies, pulls in some purple, and then a splash on the back there. So hopefully you can see all of these different patterns. Remember the wood grain specialty paper, you get two 12 by 12s. The designer paper here, you actually get 8 of each of these. So you get 48 sheets. So that one great butterfly image, one image here, the dies that cut all together from the stamp or the designer paper, all these detailed butterfly dies that I showed, as well as the specialty dies that do these backgrounds, okay? That's what you're getting in this collection that's just over $70. So let me show you what I made with these products. And this is what, sorry, I gotta scoot some things. Like I said, if you could see beyond this space, it's a little bit alarming. There's a lot going on. I lost my train of thought. I'm going to show you the cards for my free card kit in the mail, and then I'm going to tell you how this month is a little bit different than how I typically do it. So let's start with this card. This is the one that's got that background paper. Let me pull in a full sheet so you can remember that progression of color. I trimmed it down just a little bit to fit my card size, so I didn't hit as heavy on the blues and things up here, but you certainly could. And like I said, you're going to get 8 sheets, so you can do several different ones. So this time I cut out, using this die, the solid backgrounds on each of these, and then I went back with the more detailed dies and cut out vellum. So vellum is that like translucent cardstock that's over the butterflies here. And then, of course, there's a little gem. All of the greetings, I wanted to pull this in. So you notice that Butterfly Brilliance, that one big image of butterflies, doesn't have any greetings. But on these cards that I'm going to show you, I used the new stamp set Happy Thoughts from the mini catalog. And what I like about it is that it's got congratulations, thank you, thinking of you, birthday, and then it's got words that you can use on the insides of your cards too. So Happy Thoughts is what I used on these cards. You can order this along with that collection, or you can use anything you might already have at home. So this little strip here is another part of the designer paper. And then I just added that little piece of shimmery white with the words thank you. Oh, you can see the way that gem is reflecting the light too. It's really pretty. Okay, next one is this here. Look familiar? So I took that designer paper, set this on there, cranked it through, and then I got all those individual butterflies. I love how it looks on the black cardstock. It just pops so much. A little bit of ribbon there, just a strip of cardstock here to kind of set that off. And then I'm hoping you can see, I think you can, on the bodies of the butterfly, I took some of my fine tip glue pen here, and just went right over it to give it a slightly raised and glossy finish. And again, I just did the bodies of the butterfly, but you could kind of play with that and do more of the butterfly detail if you wanted to. All right, so that's the second one. This one I did with that specialty paper, the wood grain background, and I inked up the image with crumb cake ink and stamped it on here. It did take a little bit of time to dry, and then I went back and added some of these butterflies that I cut out of black cardstock, little strip of designer paper, and then of course the stitched label and some gems on there as well. And then the final one is this here. This is with that paper that I said was like my favorite. Let me grab it again. This sheet here. I love it so much. And what I did, again, because you can see that I cut it down, right? Because this is 6 by 6 and my piece on here is just 4 by 5 1/4. So I had some of this darker area left. So what I did on this one is just put a little strip on the inside. I think that's super pretty. And you could definitely do that with any of these cards. I just especially loved it on this one. This one also shows you, remember how I showed you those specialty dies? I used this little one here. I just did a little strip of the mint macaron cardstock and added it up there. Gems on this one too. This time I used some of the designer paper to cut out the detailed butterflies and layered them right over the solid mint macaron. Okay, so let me try to get all of these in your line of vision here on the video. What I need to tell you about is how this month is different. So in the past, you place the minimum order to qualify and you get supplies to make one of each of the 4 cards in the mail for free from me when you do your order. What I'm doing differently this time, you need to order that entire collection, the one that I said was just over 70, to get this card kit for free. But you're actually going to get supplies to make 2 of each of these. So you are going to have the designer paper to do all of these pieces. You're going to have the specialty paper here from that collection that you order. The card bases, the vellum, the ribbon, the gems, like the black cardstock here, the label punched images here. You're going to get all that in your card kit, and you're going to get enough to make 2 of each of these cards. The other thing I wanted to mention is that I was super intentional about making these simple as far as only requiring black and then crumb cake ink. That bundle, you know, like I said, just over 70, I didn't want the card kit to require that and these 5 colors of ink and these tools and, you know, all of that. So I kept them very, very simple. But I will say I'm going to be doing a lot more stamping with this and showing you different ways that you can use these products. So these colored Stampin' Blends, watercolor, I mean, endless possibilities. And I'm going to be sharing a lot more of that with you throughout this month. So while these cards might not be the kind where you color in and do a lot of that, we will absolutely be focusing on that with samples and videos that I share this month. So here is the card kit. I love the cards. I love the colors. I'm so ready for these colors. This month, you get supplies to make 2 of each of the 4 cards shown, and your directions that I email out are going to be a little bit different as well, because I'll have measurements of like the designer paper that you cut from your supplies. So I'll include measurements where I haven't always in the past, because every part of it has been pre-cut for you. All right, if you have any questions, be sure to come in here or reach out and let me know. I will create an event here in this group very soon so that you have all of the details, the host code that you can use to order with, and then you'll be able to see some pictures up close of each of these cards as well. All right, thanks so much for watching and have a great day.